My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to the daily challenge for the 1st of August 2019. Here in Slay the Spire, we're going to be playing the character of the Ironclad with Insanity, starting with a random deck of 50 cards. Time Dilation, all enemies start with a slow debuff, which is every time you play a card, enemies take 10% more damage from attacks. That turn exclusively. And Night Terrors, resting at rest sites, heals 100% of your max HP, but costs 5. So largely what we're going to be doing here is effectively just looking for the extra cards that will make pairs in Insanity or collector's bonuses with Insanity, so 4 of a kind. And that's actually going to be a lot easier for us to do because the obtained ordering is not the ordering that we actually have to look at. Hell yeah, we can already see that we have enough clashes. We're 1 lacking in angers, 2 heavy blades, 2 clotheslines, 2 headbutts. No need for iron waves. Got a hell of a lot of those. I'm actually missing, I don't have that many strikes in this deck. Typically, when you play Ironclad Insanity, you look at the deck and there's like so many strikes in it that you start building a perfected strike deck. But here we only have Pommel Strike and Wild Strike. Those are the only 2 strikes we have access to. So, perfected strike, I would need to add so many strikes before it's even better than it is at base for a character. 2 spot weaknesses is really, really powerful here. Flex, okay. All right, I have a pretty decent idea for what we're doing here. It's really slow scaling to only have 2 spot weaknesses though. So can I rely on strength scaling? We shall continue to think about that as we go onwards. Definitely going for the 2 elite path though, so dive directly there. Definitely flex first. Now you always want to draw before you Warcry so that you can get even deeper in your deck. Otherwise you Warcry and then put a card atop your deck and then shrug it off to draw it. That's not necessarily always what you're looking to do. In fact, it rarely is. Okay, good. So now I can headbutt the flex to the top of the deck and then Sentinel for defense. I don't want to take any damage here. Although I guess there's no reason to specifically be avoiding damage in this combat right now. Yikes. Just because I already know that I'm healing 6 at the end of the combat, so it's a little bit much. Twin Strike, Disarm, Searing Blow, so I already know that I have 1 Disarm in the deck, and I do need more defense, so I'll happily take a second one. We might go for a collector's bonus there, probably not, but might. We don't really remove cards from this deck at all. Removing 1 card from a 50 card deck is extremely ineffectual in changing that deck. Similarly, adding 1 card is quite ineffectual as well. So for that reason, adding curses is something that we're going to be doing here pretty happily. Okay, I'm going to Reckless, Cleave, headbutt the Reckless back to the top of the deck, Pommel Strike to draw it, and then kill. I knew that there was going to be a kill there as soon as I saw the Pommel. Whirlwind is really, really good, but Shrug It Off is towards the collector's bonus. And we do need more defense still. Okay. Havoc Infernal Blade. I think we do have a Combust in the deck as well. We do. I'm still looking at the bag preparation here. At the start of combat, draw 2 additional cards, just because it gives us so much more, or rather, so many more options on turn 1. And we're going to be more of an aggressive deck than a defensive one, so I think more options on turn 1 is pretty important. That said, I can take Havoc here. If I have a Havoc in the deck, I should probably just do it. Yeah. Now, if I'm going to be upgrading any cards, I'm first looking for cards that become innate when upgraded. Which I think is none of these. And then cards that become 0 cost or are effectively draw. So Havoc is kind of draw your next card, play it for 0 mana. In our deck, right? Because we're not going to cycle it all. So I think our upgrades are on Havocs, just so that we can play extra cards. Okay, Log of Ulan. I might be able to get a fair lot of things set up here. How set up can I be for a Log of Ulan? Like, I've got this, Metallicize, Disarm. That's about it. Fine. Probably put the clothesline back atop my deck here. Yeah. Oh god, spot weakness here. I mean, this is a good hand to wake the enemy up on at the very least. It's a lot of damage. It's just missing out on the spot weakness is a little sad. Ooh, I can disarm Iron Wave, but if I Iron Wave, and Sentinel, I actually fully block here. Whereas disarm, so they're on 18 base strength, move them down to 16, and then apply the 25% weakness. So 25% weakness there is 4, so 12. They'll still be dealing 12 damage, even if I use disarm here. Although they would only go down to 11 if it worked in the other direction. So I'll play the Sentinel here. I'm going to need a clothesline the next hand, or like 2 shrug it offs, otherwise, yeah, we're going to be taking damage here. Ooh, hang on, maybe we aren't. No, we probably are. It saves us 18 HP, but it also saves us 25 score. Bag of marbles as well as the bag of preparations. So our first turn can be really aggressive. The start of each combat, apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies. Exhume, Body Slam, and Heavy Blade. Alright, we'll take a Heavy Blade. Not because I want it at all, but just because we can. Great. Searing Blow, Rampage, and Cleave. I've got 2 Cleaves in the deck, and I've got 1 Rampage in the deck. I'm gonna take the Cleave. I don't think I'm finishing the Rampage. All these smooth stones started combat with 1 dex. Neat. Probably not that useful, but neat. So probably want to Bloodletting and Havoc before I Sever Soul here. Although I guess I can actually Sever Soul. Uh-oh. I was going to put it back atop my deck and then play it with the Havoc. Oops. Shovel, you can now dig for relics or rest sites. Yeah, that was a dumb idea on my part. Clash. I don't need any more of those. Fiendfire is just good. Sever Soul, I know I have 1 in the deck. Yeah, I don't have that many. So I'll take Fiendfire, just it's a powerful card. Drawing that in the open hand in particular is really, really good. So let's Bottled Flame that. Smithing cards is, again, pretty impactful. Pretty unimpactful, as I was mentioning before. It's only 1 card out of the giant deck, so we'll be digging every time. Threaded Needle, start each combat with 4 plated armor. Like, if I upgrade... I'm going to use a bad example here, but if I upgrade, like, a Strike in this deck, it goes from 6 damage to 9 damage. However, if I dig and I get Vajra, that is +1 damage to every attack in the entire deck, which is far more than that. Pretty sure I have lethal, yeah. A lot of our turn 1s should turn out like that. Corruption is incredible in this deck, again, because I'm never cycling through. So it just means all of your skills cost nothing. And that's the kind of thing that we want to put in a bottle. There's another spot weakness, as well as another Iron Wave. We don't need another Iron Wave. Spot weakness and flex, still pretty good for us, though. That said, they're all up against relics as well, and Pendib is incredible. Every 10th attack you play, deal double damage. I mean, for a lot of the time, that's going to be like a lethal dealer. I think we take that. Lantern is also a good choice there, I feel. And I'll also take spot weakness. Extra energy on turn 1 when you have the enemies vulnerable on turn 1, as well as 2 extra cards on turn 1, can be pretty potent. Mango, upon pickup, raise your max HP by 14. That's pretty rough to have directly before this combat in particular, but, you know, thanks, game. It's nice to know that you care. I can't believe how much that's actually managed to lower the size of my hand. God, maybe I don't even play the Fiendfire here. No, I still do. So yeah, I should have taken way more damage before I came into this combat. That's entirely on me. There's no way we perfect this. That said, it is still a little, I don't know, that you have to take into account taking a bunch of damage before this combat. Just for the sake of the fact that it is a max HP related attack on turn 2. Feels a bit rough. Feels a bit unnecessary. Oh, well, looks like I wasn't going to perfect it anyway. Specifically on that previous turn. I hate that I exactly had to trigger the pen nib there, but I didn't want to spend any longer there. Brutality with an upgrade is pretty good. Drawing an additional card per turn. And because it's upgraded, it goes into our opening hand, so it actually does have an effect from being upgraded. Feed is nice, but I wouldn't be able to use it consistently at all. I think I take Brutality here, and I hope for either Snecko Eye or just like a really good energy relic. Berserk is good in general, but because it's only one card in a now 59 card deck and doesn't upgrade to become innate, it's really, really difficult to take that and consider that it's actually going to have an effect. Yikes. So to Fusion Hammer, gain energy at the start of your turn, you can no longer smith at rest sites. The obvious problem with that is that I do need to smith at rest sites exactly once in order to get Brutality upgraded. And then if I had that, Runic Cube, whenever you lose HP, draw one card, it would be drawing me 2 cards a turn. That's really, really good. But Fusion Hammer makes the most sense here just because Shovel still has the ability to dig at rest sites, and that's almost always going to be a better option for us, but I still feel sad about it. And also because the base deck has, or rather the base deck we're running with right now, has more of a mana cost, like more of an expected mana expenditure per turn than a basic deck for the Ironclad. So you need some more mana. Ooh. Lovely. Might even headbutt that to the top of the deck, draw it back out, and play it again. Get myself a ridiculous amount of strength there. Let's target someone who's not yet pretty much dead. Okay. Whirlwind? I know we don't have one in the deck, but if we could just draw one somehow, that'd be nice. Sure. I don't need to overcomplicate that turn looking for lethal on the final bird as well, because it wouldn't really have affected anything. Flex, Metallicize, or Clothesline. Those are all reasonable options, right? Clothesline we have 2 of. Flex we have 2 of. And Metallicize we have 1 of, but it's uncommon. Think I'll take a Clothesline. We need a little bit more weakness application in this deck. Ooh, 5 apparitions. That's a collector's bonus. It just is. Yeah, it's pretty useful as well. I can't rely entirely on them though, but you know, 50 max HP isn't that bad. It's not great, but it's not the absolute worst. Havoc plays Apparition. Neat. Okay, so in 2 attacks time, we... Yeah, in 2 attacks time, we double damage the enemy, so... I'm gonna try and make sure that we spend as many cards as possible doing that, so that I'm ready for the next pen nib. Especially because the avocado hasn't showed up yet, and I'm waiting for it. Cleave, Heavy Blade, Clothesline. Cool, Heavy Blade, Clothesline, and Cleave is the... Cleave is one that actually does want to be taken here as well. And in fact, I'll take it. We need some more AoE for this floor. Spot Weakness, Flex, Apparition, and then Havoc. Hopefully it's not True Grit or anything. It was fine, I guess. Right, now let's draw that Cleave that we just put in the deck. No. I'm fine with it. Still got lethal anyway. Iron Wave, I think is... no, we already have the collector's bonus on that. The Headbutt and Evolve. Headbutt, we have 2. So we'll take it. I think we have 1 Evolve as well. But I'm not entirely certain on that front. Okay, so our second attack is the one with the double damage. I'm gonna... Armaments Clash. I'll play Brutality, then Anger, double damage Clash for 70 damage. I'll headbutt it back to the top of the deck, and then Cleave. Well, not Cleave, I guess Heavy Blade. So I'm not going to perfect this fight, but woo, it's going to go pretty well. Seversol Clash. Whetstone upon pick up upgrade to random attacks, as well as an Immolate, a True Grit, and a Drop Kick. I think I have no drop kicks in the entire deck, so I don't start building that at all. Definitely not. I also don't have much vulnerability in there. Other than the Drop Kick, we... the True Grit, was it? I think we have 2 True Grits. We do. So worst comes to worst, we take that. Immolate is there. Immolate on the first turn would be incredible for us, but it's not a collector's bonus. Like, it's never going to happen for us. Alright, dig time. Toxic Egg. Whenever you add a skill card to your deck, upgrade it. Neat. I am taking a hell of a lot of cards, and because of the corruption, skill cards are really, really good for us. Oh. I guess I'm fine with being weak next turn. And the turn after? I'll throw 1 potion then. Yeah, I didn't want the Gremlin Leader there to be attacking. Oh, but I should have let them. Look at these apparitions. Woo! Alright, pop the Clash back atop the deck and then... Carnage! Okay, so we've got a possible double damage Clash coming up in this turn. And I actually already fully defend all of the incoming damage. Hell yeah. Looks like we might get out of this one perfect. Do I have an AoE left on that deck? Or something like that? No, not really. I'm gonna headbutt a Sword Boomerang to the top of the deck to try and get that to actually damage the backline for me. There we go. Did enough. Question card, future card awards have 1 additional card to choose from, as well as Rage, Brutality, and Burning Pact. Rage pre-upgraded makes a lot of sense with the amount of attacks that we have. Does it? I don't know if it makes that much sense. Burning Pact, is that necessary in this deck? Don't think we have any of them. Yeah, we have absolutely none. Don't really need the extra draw right now. At least I don't need the draw for energy. If I can get 0 cost draw, I'll take it. Brutality is actually like my highest consideration right now, just so that I can get one out early. I mean, it's also the collector's bonus, but I'm unlikely to complete it. Orichalcum, if you understand without block, gain 6 block. Neat. So between that and the Thread and Needle, I'm just gaining 10 block at the end of a turn. Always a pretty big fan of that. Good to see you, Disarm. Ooh. Put the Heavy Blade back atop the deck, and then go from lowest damage to highest. How to get out. Woo! Oh, that's a serious hit. So the fact that we missed out on the perfect against the first floor boss is probably going to mean that we have no contention in the scores, but other than that, I think we're actually doing pretty well. Anger, Sentinel, Twin Strike, and Evolve. Anger is the final one that I would need. Sentinel is actually pretty good just because of the corruption that we have in the deck already. But that's the final Anger that we would need for a collector's bonus, so I have to take it. I don't like having Smoke Bomb in dailies. Just miss out on value. Tori, whenever you receive 5 or less unblocked attack damage, increase it to reduce it to 1. Sorry. Increase it to reduced 1. Secret weapon. Put an attack from your draw pile into your hand. No. I don't think I'd take any of these. Closest is probably the Art of War if you don't play any attacks during your turn, play an additional, or rather gain an additional energy next turn. But most of my turns are going to use some energy on attacks. Almost all of them, in fact. Darkstone Periapt, I mean, I do want to obtain curses. I'm just not being offered them. Or maybe, did I just autopilot through all of the options to get no curses? I don't think I've been presented with the opportunity to build a curse yet. And I'm not going to get a bunch of opportunities to do that next floor, so no Darkstone Periapt. I think I'll drop the fire potion for a speed potion to try and get myself a perfect against the boss. Blood Vial, side of each combat, heal for 2 HP, as well as the snake plant. Shouldn't be too bad. Bloodletting and then Heavy Blade? Yeah, I'll do it. I heal at the end of combat. It's totally fine. Just gotta make sure that doesn't burn Clash. There we go. Another Ancient Potion. Don't need that one. Clothesline. That's our final Clothesline, and it's pre-upgraded as well. Dig. Finding the tiny chests. Gain 30 gold on pickup. You're 10% more likely to find treasure in question mark rooms. Not that good. I'd probably Warcry the Apparition to the top of the deck for the next turn. Which means I can Armament Combust, play the Combust. I'm gonna Warcry Apparition back to the top of the deck. Then play Headbutt to put Armaments back on top of the deck. And then I just True Grit one of those for 5 damage out. It's unfortunate none of our armaments in the deck are upgraded. Okay. Apparitions and then run armaments on, I guess, Cleave? Cleave should be the last thing that we play. Yeah, definitely. So I'm going to throw that and then this. Hey, lovely. Get everyone down to a reasonable amount of HP. Much more reasonable. Ugh. I hate when Spock Weakness specifically misses. Like, they were attacking last turn, they'll be attacking next turn. This is the only turn you could have chosen. How dare you. I do like the idea of the double damage here, but double damage on a relatively weak attack. Oh well. I'm going to put the Spot Weakness back at the top of the deck because I know the enemy's going to attack now. They're guaranteed to. It's part of the pattern. I could still perfect this fight. And we still even got Apparitions in the deck. Yeah! Exactly what I didn't want to draw. Damn it. Yikes. Alright, yeah, we're probably not going to get through this one without taking damage then. Oh! Another Apparition! I only have 5. How is this always happening? Not that I'm complaining, of course. I'm gonna Anger and then Headbutt a bigger Heavy Blade at the top of the deck. I feel like that's going to be my safety this turn. I don't have to order my turn differently, by the way, because the enemy doesn't have slow applied. Havoc? Go. Yeah, the enemy doesn't have slow applied because they had Artifact coming into the battle. Offering double tap Juggernaut Feed. Juggernaut is actually really good because it triggers twice at the end of a turn naturally, just Orichalcum and the... where is it? Plated Armor, there we go. Orichalcum and the Threaded Needle. Double Tap could also be pretty good because look at all these Clashes and Heavy Blades and Angers. And there's also Offering, which is just, you know, boost yourself out. I mean, Offering is draw, and the deck is lacking a little draw right now. I think I take it for just that reason. I can also heavily negate the downside of it. So that would be 3 curses for my deck right now, but I need the extra energy. And Cursed Key is possibly going to get as a curse anyway. Damn, there's a really good path that just has those 2 elites. Happily take that one. Gotta try and make sure that my... Yeah, gotta try and make sure that I don't take too much damage to the Spiker, but I think I'm already in. Yeah. I take 6, but I heal up 6 at the end of combat, so it's totally fine. True Grit, that would be our final True Grit. It's pre-upgraded as well. Sword, Boomerang, and Headbutt. I think I do need 1 more Headbutt, yeah. Sword, Boomerang, I would need 3 more. So yeah, we'll take the True Grit. Upgrade all cards. You can no longer heal. Ooh. But healing's pretty important for us. But upgrading all cards is pretty important for us. But healing is pretty important. But that's every card in a whole ass deck. I could get Tuna Malady right now. That's 1 more curse there, and I'd only need 2 curses from other positions? Maybe I go for the golds. So why am I not going to take you can no longer heal, upgrade all cards? One of the reasons is because these 2 brutalities become innate. So my opening hand is 5 cards large, 2 of which are brutality. And then those brutalities, if I have them in play, deal 2 damage to me every single turn, unless I have intangibility out, and then combined, they still only deal 1, because it's only 1 instance of damage that they apply, rather than 2 small instances of 1. And I will never be able to heal that. So I just have 47 more turns, assuming I never take damage to the enemies. And especially considering this deck, I don't know we can make that assumption. I think upgrading everything would make it so much easier for us to kill every enemy, but I don't know if we can afford to do it. Tuna Malady could still be score. Duplicate a card in the deck? I could duplicate a Malady right now. I almost certainly shouldn't. It's probably corruption, but... yeah, it's corruption. It's just too good. Oh god, did you have to put Normality in my opening hand here? No, flex Seversol then. Sword Boomerang, and then pop that Sword Boomerang directly back atop the deck. Lovely. Seversol and Warcry are decent ways to handle with them. Yikes. Yeah, I chose pretty poor targets earlier. Ouch. Good thing I still have the ability to heal. I should be able to get these last 2 with like an upgraded cleave or something like that. Hey, it's not an upgraded cleave, but it still might do the trick. Takes a little extra, but it still gets it done. Slice of Potion as well as another Shrug It Off. I mean, it's pre-upgraded Shrug It Off, and I think it's the final Shrug It Off I need for Collector's Bonus. It is. X-Cost cards are increased. No. Bloodletting Battletrons. They're fine. I could put them in the deck. Incense Burner only costs 100 and... oh, right. It's half cost. Because the membership card, of course. Yeah, I think Incense Burner, Battletrons, Bloodletting. Pommel Strike, Combust, Flash of Steel as well could be useful. I'm just gonna take the rest of the cards. Get myself 10 decks in the final combat as well. So I'm hoping for a later shop on this floor, but there are like a bunch of question marks late, so it's not unlikely that we hit that. Mercury Hourglass, at the start of your turn, deal 3 damage to all enemies. How many relics do we have as well? 5, 10, 15, 20, 3. So you get 1 more from this combat, 1 more from that combat, and then 1 more from a campsite. Yeah, so I'll actually have 25 relics as well. For I like relics. This enemy already has slow, so they unfortunately don't get applied second slow. If only. Much prefer it. Let's go for Giant Carnage into Disarm, Spot Weakness, Anger, then Bloodletting. Literally just so that I can play both of these clashes. Unceasing Top would be surprisingly useful in this deck. I'll upgrade Clash, use Warcry to put the Metallicize back atop my deck so it's already instantly playable. And then go smallest to highest, right? So Cleave, Clothesline, Clash, and then Headbutt. Specifically the upgraded Clash back atop the deck. Eight incoming is fine. I passively block 8. That said, the Apparition would have burned if I didn't use it anyway. 21. Ooh, Corruption. Hello, nice to see you finally. Well, we're about to be taking real damage now. Thank you, Intangibility from the Incense Burner. Much appreciated. Yeah, I have hit very little strength in these cycles so far. Feeling pretty damn threatened. Thank you, Apparitions, for turning up exactly as I start feeling threatened. Still perfect in this fight. Surprises me as much as you. I'm gonna Headbutt, I guess. Clash? Yeah, the upgraded Clash back atop the deck. Draw it. And then Murder. Vajra starting to combat with 1 strength. Hell yeah. It's exactly the kind of thing I was looking for. There's another Havoc. It's pre-upgraded. Time to dig for Middle of the Bone. If your HP is at or below 50% at the end of combat, heal for 12 HP. We get Kunai. Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 dex, as well as a curse. Now I'm looking for 2 more curses, please. Whoa, that's 1 more curse. Bottle Flame. Upon pick up, choose an attack. Start each combo with that in your opening hand. Fiendfire, right? Another Havoc is another completion for us. Red Skull, while your HP is at below 50%, you have 3 additional strength. There's not going to be a shop in the next space. There's no more shops past this point, so this is just where I buy everything out. So I did end up with enough curses, right? No. Yeah, I need a curse in the next space, or possibly this space if it's a writhing mass fight, that is. I don't know if I want the rest of these, though. Guess Secret Technique is probably the one I want the most, just for pulling out Offering. I guess Dual Wield oftentimes hits Clash. Yeah, the rest of these don't really actually seem helpful at all. They don't help my score in any way, shape, or form. Damn it. Leaving my double damage active to actually use on a turn when the enemy's attacking, like this one. Actually a really good turn for an Anomality. And if you can specifically burn it, it'll be a pretty good turn there as well. I think I have a spot weakness left in there somewhere. And it's because I do. But I think I'll take Fiendfire and then regret it instantly because I'm intangible next turn. Damn it. Yeah. Didn't even need it. I will go for the giant Fiendfire though. I took such pains to set it up. Good intangibility for this turn. Yes. All right. We'll just let the time out then. Yeah, feel no pain. Anger Cleave, Bloodletting. I mean, I probably feel no pain out of these. Hello, Nemesis. Ooh. Look at that battle trance right there. 14 by 9. It's not lethal. So I'm going to do a couple of things to get the turn counter up. Choose to card to add to the top of the draw pile. Damn it, I can't instantly draw any of these. Battle trance anyway, I guess. Hey, now I've got double damage, and that'll be enough. One turn kill. Smiling Mask. Merchant's card moves now always cost 50 gold, as well as another Feel No Pain. Pretty happy to have it. Barricade would be nice, but I can't really use it at all. Apparition, disarm a target, and then it's just clash time. Hey! I love that this deck does everything it does on turn 1. Another Heavy Blade. Is that a collector's bonus for us now? It is! Ooh! Getting that clutch collector's bonus in the final position. We're on scale, started combat with Thorns. It's alright, it's fine. Clotheslining the back line looks pretty good to me here. Let's pommel and then... Oh, God. I think I'll Warcry and Apparition back to the top of the deck, which means I now can't play Flash of Steel here. Damn it. Unless I still play Flash of Steel anyway. Just burn that Apparition. But that Apparition seems like it'll be super useful next turn. No, if we're killing a cultist, it won't be too problematic. Fine. Flash of Steel into Headbutt to put the Flash of Steel back atop the deck. Then 2 speed potions as well as the artifact afterwards. So that I get to keep all of that dex. Oh my god, I was actually thinking about the fact that we still have the dual wield in the deck, so Flash of Steel could get hit by dual wield, and it does here. Lovely. Well, at least True Grit was upgraded, so I got to choose not to burn one of my Flash of Steels. That's fine. If I have to miss anything, it's the second corruption in the deck, surely. One, two. Big old hit with an extra point of dex on top. Safe, right? Yeah. Whew. For some reason, I thought I wasn't. Okay. Brutality into Battle Trance. I think we actually get to play all of these and then just True Grit at the very end. Definitely doubled the wrong one there. That's fine, though. We'll work out in the end. Get a... What do we want to put back atop the deck, I guess? Fiendfire? But I kill the enemy next turn naturally pretty much anyway, so I don't think I use that. I also don't want to burn, like, every skill out of the deck. Do I? No, I do. It's fine. Okay. Can double heavy blade you, but it does no damage. So the enemy actually murders themselves on my thorns here. Useful, because it gives me a whole turn to just, like, look at all of these cards and be disappointed. Very disappointed in each and every one of you. Just want you to know that. I'm going to Warcry the Body Slam back on top of the deck, because that actually looks like that could be useful. Okay. Armaments on True Grit. True Grit hits Pain. Double Apparition. If only I had one more attack in this hand, by the way. I'd have double damage for that Body Slam. Spot Weakness. I will Battle Trance before I do anything here. Looking for more block. I'm not really getting it, though. I'm gonna Havoc early, actually. It's an Iron Wave. Then I'll Headbutt the Body Slam back atop the deck. I think that'll be a really successful turn. With 19 decks, you'd hope. I need to use Sever Soul to burn that Normality. Fine. Just means I'm a little short on the amount of cards I wanted to play that turn. It's okay. Nice to see Apparition turn up. I mean, I guess I'll play Bloodletting just to burn it. And now we have the perfect kill on the final. Yeah, if only we could have gotten the perfect on the first floor as well. Would have been much appreciated. Oh, well. Alright. 14, 19. That's pretty good for collector's bonuses, I feel. Yeah, I got 10 of them by the very end. So 40 of the cards in our deck were in collector's bonuses. That's pretty good. Got 2 perfects. So I would have had 100 more if I got the final perfect. That's the only thing that I really would have stretched for in terms of score there. So where would we have been with 100 more? Equal 4th. Damn it! Damn it! For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been God damn it! Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. There is a playlist in the description down below with all my contents on the game, past, present, and future, and hopefully we'll see you next time.